Hello everyone and welcome back to Stainless Steel. Last episode we gained peace with France once again. And nonetheless, oh shit, poor Philibert has fallen ill and died actually in Wales. That's a little unfortunate. Not much can be done about it though. Anyway, like I said, we got peace with France. Nonetheless, I have trained quite a few more units in Angers and London. I think what I'm going to do is I will have a standing army in Nottingham should Scotland choose to attack once again. Fucking Constantine up here, the motherfucker. And another army in Angers. Despite the fact, in real life, as I understand it, there were no such things as standing armies at the time. But that's just fine, that's just fine. We're not all about historical accuracy, we just like it a little bit. We've got a merchant's wharf in London, so we shall build something else, something entirely different in the form of, I don't know, siege works for a mangonel? No, of course not. Perhaps larger crops. Would that be necessary? I may do it for the population growth. London is nearing the next level, but it'll be a few years still. Perhaps a fairground. I will build a fairground actually for the trade bonus. We want London, as I've said before, to be just a big pile of gold, really. Just fucking gold coins coming out every single window and doorway that can. Oh shit! The Kingdom of Aragon has now allied with France, which is disconcerting, really. If France declares war once again, then there's always the chance that Aragon may join, even though they won't really do anything, because the war will be over by the time they hit the battlefield, I suppose, but it's never very good when your enemies gain a new friend. Speaking of, our friend, Portugal, where are you at? There we go. Portugal is at war with the Moors and the Kingdom of Leon. If we really wanted to, we could jump in on those wars. I see the Moors are holding fast in the south of Spain here. Should I say the Iberian Peninsula? That's always an option. We can jump in on Spain and try to help Portugal. In the meantime, though, we're going to build these armies in Angers and Nottingham. I've just recruited a spear unit to replace the spear militia. There he goes. An archer unit to replace one of these militia. There we are. This army is getting better and better as time goes on. Now, in Nottingham, well, not much has happened actually. There's very few units to be had, but I did build a catapult and a few more archer units in London. That's the start of something anyway. If the Scots don't attack, of course, they can always attack these rebels. The army in Nottingham, that is, not the Scots. I mean, if they really wanted to, they could. I really doubt it's going to happen anyway. We need another merchant. Because poor Philibert, of course, died just earlier this year. Not much can be done. I think I will... No, he has to be from London because of the Merchants Guild, of course, which gives a bonus to our merchants. Where is it? There it is, the Master Merchants Guild. I don't know, I clicked that, nothing exciting there. Forgive me. And... oh yes, I totally forgot about these units on the fucking sea. Well, they're gonna go to Nottingham, actually, because Angers is bursting at the seams with great units. And Admiral Richard will probably just... could probably hang out in Dublin for now, I suppose. Because we have Giles. Giles on the edge of Brittany here. And we have another admiral on the way back from Egypt. And you know what? There's not a single man aboard. No, it's just a big fleet of ghost ships. Because everyone that we sent to Egypt, they've died. They've died quite tragically. And there's not much we can do about it, except weep a few tears and hope that it won't happen again. The Genoese are in the way, as usual, and the Aragonese are not far behind. Fucking great. I would really like to eliminate France, like, very soon, but as we've seen, every single war we wage is just abolished by the Pope, I suppose. What we can do is perhaps try to attack the Scots with the army in Nottingham, but we'll have to see. The Pope is just the biggest piss-off in the entire world. We continue to roll into the fucking money, holy moly. Also, we've got a merchant named Perkin. That's fantastic. I really like the name Perkin. That is what I would name my son if he were a merchant in the medieval... Oh, fuck. You know what? I can't even be mad about that name. Perkin de Warren. Well done. You are the new Samuel Black, really.
At your service. Whose business shall we take?
Oh shit.
We'll pop them
I guess that's the end of I guess we're gonna have to send Perkins in to get rid of this guy. There we go. We do have a mission for that, I believe. Yes, there we go. There's our fucking mission. So we've got Perkin on the case. He's making his way over. It'll take a few days, weeks, whatever it is. The Kingdom of Norway is now allied with the Republic of Venice, and the Republic of Venice is now allied with the Crusader states. They're weaving a nice web of alliances. In the meanwhile, we have Fulk of Cambridge here, getting map information and trade rights with the Seljuk Sultanate. And I'm going to... They've accepted. I was going to say, I assume they've accepted, and they have, of course. No one will deny us map rights and trade agreements. But I digress. In York, we've just built something or other. I didn't exactly read that. A town hall in York. That's what we've built. And I think now we should build a bakehouse. Meanwhile, in Nottingham, we've just built a bakehouse. And we need to build stables, catapult maker, brothel, jousting list. We'll build a jousting list in Nottingham. I'm surprised they don't have one already. What kind of castle can you truly be running if you don't have a jousting list? You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much action this episode. It's actually just going to be an episode entirely composed of management and building and menu fiddling. I'm sorry if that bores you, but it has to be done. It has to be done. Now, who is this? Jean Capet refuses to leave the shores of England. Technically it's France, but really it is England. There's also a rebel army here of 2 units that we could probably ride out and defeat immediately. So let's do that. We'll grab the majority of our units, and we'll fight Captain Archibald here, and we'll just auto-resolve him to death. Look at that, it's just levy archers and spearmen, not a problem. We lost 58 men, which is nothing. Nothing at all.
We are victorious.
Captain Edmund is celebrating a little bit too much for my liking, actually. I just want him to get in and out, and he keeps fucking frolicking about. Now, we've got a few more archer units in Rennes, and we're going to send a few to Caen, just in case the French get crafty and they come in the back way. We want to have a few archer units in that case. That's a bit redundant. I didn't mean to say it like I did, but I did anyway. Again with the redundancy, I'm sorry. Anyway, our presence in England, our presence in England is absolute, it's concrete, but Egypt and the Middle East, it's pretty abysmal. We've pretty much got Fulk of Cambridge and a merchant. That's all there is. But we do have Fulk on the case, heading to Baghdad to talk to the Khwarezmians here. Khwarezmians, sorry. And so next turn he'll enter Baghdad and he'll get maps and trade agreements. We already have small maps of all the trade resources over here. I'm not sure where that came from, but every single resource is marked on my map. I'm not sure if you can see that. That's very odd. Nonetheless, we're going to end the turn in a few seconds, actually. I spoke too soon. Look at that. We've got an entire army in Nottingham at the control of Duke Henry, our faction heir. The presumptive heir, I suppose. Apparently, he has trouble at home. His wife has a secret love, just like Joan. Speaking of Joan, actually, we have a few princesses here that we really need to marry off because, Jesus Christ, they're getting old. Leniev, of course, is nearly 40. Blanche is 42. And Joan, wherever she is, here she is. She is 44. That's nuts. Absolutely old. That is way too old to get married, I think, in the medieval ages. I think back then, if you were in your 40s, you were basically considered barren. Even today, it's like that. Oh, look, we've got Catherine of Berwick, who is 26. And she is an utter snob. Holy shit, that is, that's very fitting. She's attractive and an utter snob. Amazing. So yeah, we have a ton of fucking princesses, and no one is choosing to marry them. Well, that's a lie. We have had many many attempts at marriage, and we've declined them all because all the husbands just suck all the balls. We've got Ralph de Braise in Nottingham still. Let's send him north to Scotland to spy on the Scots. See what he can see. What do your elf eyes see? Ralph de Braise. Okay, now we shall end the turn. There we go. Holy moly, we've got a rebellion in Bulgaria. I'm not sure why we've heard about it. I'm not even sure where that is on the map. Bulgaria is somewhere in here, I believe. I'm not sure. Look at that, we've got a guild available in Rennes, a merchant's guild. And actually we're going to accept it, because I can't think of another guild I'd rather have in Rennes. Oh shit, here we go. Joan is now past childbearing age, just as I said last turn. Oh, wow. Okay. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen that before, so that's actually interesting to see. Miles Manny has died in Galway. That's a little depressing. He was a great man, having brought the whole of Ireland under the wing of England. Rest in peace, Miles Manny, you and your comic book sounding name. Okay, also Humphrey Morton is a bean counter in London. He too has high stats. I really enjoy that the Merchants Guild is so effective at churning out such great merchants. I mean, I'm not sure what else you would expect from a Merchants Guild, but I remain to be impressed. Okay, I'm going to retrain 1 or 2 units here, not a problem. Angers, just fucking packed to the gills, as usual. I'm going to recruit just 1 more archer unit to replace this archer militia. I think a force may be fine, because we also have this mercenary crossbowman as well. We need, perhaps, either another sword unit, light men-at-arms, or perhaps another Miles, which is available in 3 turns. I may just grab another light men-at-arms. We have quite a bit of cavalry as is. I mean, including Hubert here, who is 60 years old. My word, he's quite old indeed. I think Angers is, they're not actually building anything. That's probably, yeah, Angers now has a blacksmith. Meaning, I believe that these archer militia are going to get new armor, which is fucking great. Angers is also getting a bakehouse, so that the archers will also get new types of bread. Rennes is now a fucking metropolis of activity, because they just got Minor City. And when I said Minor City, I really meant stone walls. That didn't make any fucking sense what I said. So, first order of business is perhaps paved roads. Let's take a look. Population growth is very nice, very nice. Perhaps we can get rid of this unrest by building a church. There we go. We'll have to build roads immediately after, I think. I'm not sure where that heretic motherfucker has gone, but he's caused quite a bit of unrest actually in Rennes and Brittany, and it's a little annoying. Oh look, we've got a Moorish merchant all the way up here trading lumber of all things. That's a bit odd. I think maybe they are lacking in lumber in Spain, perhaps? Not sure.
At
Okay,
your
we're going to
service.
sick Perkin at the Scottish merchant, and he has a 95% chance of success. Somehow he's gained even more fucking gold coins. I guess he's aged now, whereas the year before he wasn't. So here we go. We're going to accept this mission, which will complete our other mission, and there we have it.
We'll start sending these to England.
Perkin is now trading, what is this, silver or something to that effect? Tin. He's trading tin, which is hardly fitting for a man such as Perkin. We may have to send him to France or Spain or something to trade wine, or in reality he should be in fucking Egypt or in Eastern Europe to trade amber. Because look at that, possible trade income 634 florins per turn, or furs. Anything really other than, I think that's gold, anything other than fucking tin. Tin is horrendously not worth it. So, like I said, we're going to send Perkin here
Aye, sire.
over to France to trade something a little bit more
Loading my wares aboard,
lucrative.
sire.
Not that merchants make huge amounts of money anyway. It's pretty negligible considering how much money we churn out just in taxes. We also got Humphrey Morton ready to be picked up. He...
Yes, my liege.
Actually,
Shall I deal?
no,
with the
I'm not even gonna bother.
competition,
He could probably trade the salt up here.
Journeying onward.
That's fine. Ralph de Brez is going to spy
sire? Not
on the
accessible,
King
sire.
of Scotland,
With
and
discretion.
it's apparently not the king. I was very much mistaken. It is just the king's nephew or something to that effect. There he is, Constantine, and there's his pitiful army that they've amassed on the border. I think what I'm going to do is reorganize this army just a tiny bit, and then I will march on Scotland and attack Constantine and try to take Edinburgh before the Pope, raises a fuss. I'm not sure it's going to happen, but worth a try. We're not doing anything else at the moment. Of course, Hubert is sitting in Angers, itching. He's got the Jimmy legs, or just restless leg syndrome, whatever you want to call it, and that's unfortunate for him because we're not going to do anything in the south right now. No, what we are going to do is end the turn.
There is something you wish to speak of.
Oh yes, I forgot Fulk of Cambridge talking to the Khwarezmians here. So we're going to get maps and trade rights,
There is no
and
way this
they've
something
rejected,
will
actually. They want 1,000 florins, and I'm more than happy to give that, because that's...
You are an
pretty much
honor
nothing.
to your people, Sadiq.
Look at this, Blanche the Affectionate now has a marriage proposal from Ambrose Marshall. And we may actually just marry them because they're both so old. Not much is going to become... not going to come... So we're just going to accept. Here we go. European paper. Amazing. Well, one of our merchants has been eliminated, so we're going to have to train another in London. Not a problem. Relations seem to be improving around the world. We've actually breached 100,000 gold coin. Oh, Thomasine of Gainsborough has kicked the bucket. That's not that bad, actually. I'm not entirely sure who that is. Okay, Branch Marshall, previously Blanche the Affectionate, is now married. Where is she at? There she is. And there's Ambrose Marshall. I assume... Oh, wife is fertile, admiral unpleasant. Lacks charm. Amazing. I doubt there's going to be a son born of this union, but we can only hope. Look, Duke Henry, our faction heir, has 3 daughters. Catherine, Sybil, and Marjorie. I'm sure every night when he goes to bed, he's just kicking himself in his own ass, because that's fucking annoying. You really want to maintain that bloodline, because as we've seen earlier, when King Henry died, there was no one to take the throne other than King Robert. And I'm not sure how that worked, actually. I can't remember exactly why there was no one there to take the throne, but once Robert died, King Walter took the throne, and now the crown is again falling in the hands of this branch of the family, which is technically the true royal family, in my eyes anyway, even though no one here is especially great apart from Eustace. Lewis is working on it. I mean, I think he's just the mayor of London. Other than that, he hasn't really done anything exciting. But that's just fine. It'll come back in the end. The crown, that is. Now, I've just trained another diplomat in London. I would just like to point out, actually, just how much ass the Byzantines are kicking right now. They are pushing into Hungary hard. They're pushing into Anatolia extremely hard. The Turks are nearly non-existent at this point. I mean, they've just got a few provinces. They usually own this entire peninsula at the start of the game. But the Byzantines have pushed them back. You know what? The Holy Roman Empire isn't doing too bad either. Can't really see there. Actually, we do have a spy. Here he is.
Where to, sire?
Gerard, I believe.
Of course, sire.
So we can get him to scout south towards Genoa. The Genoese held French lands, that is, such as Lyon and Dijon.
I shall continue.
And whatever this is, actually, I entirely forget. Every single time I'm like, oh, of course, it's that town. But then 5 minutes later, I've completely forgotten. Alright, so the French still refuse to leave our lands. As you can see, we've got Captain Philippe here. At least... Oh no, this is someone entirely different. This is Bouchard. Yes, they just continue to be a pain in my ass. That's very annoying. Yes, Constantine in the north. He's retreated to Edinburgh. Apparently he heard me, and that's just fine. We're going to kill him regardless of where he is. Scotland doesn't seem to have much in the way of military force. Just what's in Edinburgh. There may be some up here, but I couldn't tell you. That's what Ralph is for. That is his job. That is actually his job description. Anyway, I think this has gone on long enough. Pretty peaceful. We've built a few things, we've trained a few units, we've shuffled them around, and we've clicked on buttons. And that is all that I can ask for. So, as usual, everyone, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next video.